Hey there, it's Tim Conley, chair of the AUO for you guys, and I'm going to open a document here in front of me, hopefully be able to see it and give you a bit of an update. Well, things have settled down a little bit, or maybe they haven't. We just, I've got to say, it feels like we backed off a little bit since we signed the loan week ago last Friday and had our board meeting week ago today. Today is Monday the 28th. It has been a week since that meeting, and I wanted to follow up, just give a kind of a verbal recap like I try to do every month. Could be a little scattered. It's getting later on Monday, and I get so busy doing stuff I don't find time to document it all. But at any rate, let me give you an update on a couple of things. I made some cheat notes here. So let me start with the lawsuit. Our lawsuit is proceeding. The Ambience had a subcontractor involved in this. They've been put on notice. We are going to agree to appointment of a mediator and try to get that set up. I just got an update on that, but I want you to know there's progress being made on that. Our lawyer's actively engaged. There's no stall or crawl going on here. So I would consider some decent progress on that. Foreclosure was a big nothing burger, kind of a big disappointment. Secretary Randy and Treasurer Lori and I all went down to that foreclosure. I don't know if I've written you since then. We went to the courthouse for the foreclosure to find out that the owner had somehow jumped back into bankruptcy court day of sale. There were no bidders there for the sale either. Uh, that is not allowable under Nevada law. So, in our last board meeting, we convened into executive session and discussed in a little more detail and simply made the decision, which is a public-facing decision, which is for you guys, to continue to work with our Nevada attorney and with our Oregon attorney on two fronts. One, to have the Nevada attorney be in touch with the bankruptcy court down there concerning irregularities, et cetera. And the other is to ask our Oregon attorney on how to get the bank to, as soon as possible, quickly reforeclose on this and get this thing sold or moved along. At any rate, we're not quitting. The money that we recouped on that foreclosed unit, in excess of 20,000 since we started the legal activity, is kind of, some of it's going to be recycled into further legal activity. We just have to get that unit paying. So that is the update on that. Construction update. Where do I begin? So many things are happening so quickly. Had a meeting this morning at 10 o'clock, had a meeting last Monday at 10 o'clock, and pretty much Randy and I are going to be attending those meetings. Any other board members that can make that 10 o'clock Monday meeting, in addition to our management company board members, not association members, for that because it's a business meeting with the construction company, the engineering firm, etc. So we've attended a couple of those. Somewhere along the line, I walked the property with the construction foreman, Rich. We decided to put the trailer out front in between the flagpole garden and the street. So it's going to be right out in front of the condo. There'll be some storage up there. He's determining final placement on where they're going to put a construction trash dumpster. And he's got a couple of porta potties that he's going to situate, and all of that should arrive here in 2 days on Wednesday. This permitting is proceeding. We have a permit to demolish. We do not have a permit to build. So they plan on starting some of that. On Friday, they'll be entering the units. Those units that'll be entered will get a notice, hopefully as soon as tomorrow, that 15 different units are going to be entered so that they can start poking around the windows to see the best way to get the ones that are in there removed and the new ones put in. They want to be sure that they order all the right framing elements, et cetera, et cetera. So it's going to get real here pretty quick. We expect to have permits in 3 weeks for pretty much the whole project. That would be about 8 weeks from the time that they applied. I don't know if I told you the construction company actually fronted. They kind of put their own money up front to get the permits in place when it looked like everything was going to close and happen, and it has. We got the loan, we have the contract. The permits have already been applied for. Materials are being ordered on a weekly basis. Every Monday, we review what materials are being ordered. The engineering company approves every order that the construction company makes for any material to be sure that it complies with the standards that they've set and that we've agreed on. So there's no getting bad material. And once everything is assembled and put in, it'll be inspected again. by engineering, so there's no getting bad construction. We're doing the best we can on that one. So, um, a couple of final design issues come up. They started asking us for paint color, and we're like, okay, paint color. Let's see. We have a little paint committee. So I don't off the top of my head have the names for that, but they'll be coming out with the minutes that Randy will put together to say who's doing that. And there'll be some decisions on that are going to be made on that. We did decide on white railings all the way around the building. The black ones just do not hold up as well, and we're trying to avoid having to replace anything again anytime soon. So, um, while I think of it, there's one long-term project, which is the Declaration Amendment. There's a committee for that. I seem to think it's Rick, Eve, and I forget our third person's name. No disrespect meant. To take a look at that. We're not going to address that until we get, on the other side or the downhill side of this whole big project, because that's just taking up all our time and energy. Um, I do spend a certain amount of time on responses to individual member concerns. Best way to reach me is by email. And really urgent stuff I can get right back to. Other than that, it could take the board a little while to get, turned around to any more complicated questions. Back to the meeting. Our spot is dead, and we, I think, have people looking at the hot tub stuff again. That'll be in the minutes. We've got to look at how to keep, a hot water spot down there for people, whether it's a new spa or a hot tub or a replacement. Lauren on the management committee is involved in that, and again, several other members. I just know there's a committee working on it, so we'll have some options because when the windows come out to be replaced in that area, it would be nice. I mean, we can just plywood them over, but it would be nice if we could just do the spot thing and get the new windows put on right away. But that's all going to happen very quickly. There is a long-standing, lingering issue where we had a sun deck on the east side of the building above the pool area, uh, room, whatever. We've all seen it. There's a chain link fence gate out there. It's been linked off for a while. Years ago, when that roof membrane was replaced, it was not a walkable membrane, and the board at the time did not put the money into maintaining that common element. They took down the railings and closed down the sun deck. And I checked with the attorney to see if it was legal for them to have done that, and it turns out, yes, it is. Her analogy was many condo associations came with uh, tennis courts, which the association eventually decided not to maintain, and in many cases took up the pavement and gardened over or put boxes on it. So you can do that. We certainly are not going to put money into redoing that at this time with the project. The assessment was not for that and can't be used for it. However, we, again, long-term condo association business, along with those declarations, would like to revisit the sun deck issue at some point and see if the association wants to put money into reconstructing that. So, but again, that's back burner issue relative to all the other stuff. Um, that might be all for now, but it just comes a day at a time. I had a nice conversation with Troy Foster, who is the head of the both the management company and Surf Tides Plaza Rentals, and just chatted with him about stuff in general. We know that parking is about to get really stressed out. I talked to the construction company about where they're going to put their subcontractor vehicles, where they're going to have people park, et cetera, et cetera. Troy's going to look at trying to get us some more parking in the neighborhood, see what he can rent, especially for the rental management, the rental management units, so that we can keep people coming in. Um, it's been full. It's been a slower summer rental wise, really across the whole city. Um, but the last couple of weeks of July, we've been popping. So at any rate, that's all I got for now. I'm actually headed on vacation. I'll be on email and et cetera. Maybe a little harder to get a hold of than usual, but I'll be attending next Monday's meeting with the construction company, but their community liaison, Lisa, is working with Lauren, who's our on-site manager, to keep you guys informed on everything that's happening, and I will as stuff comes across my desk and time is available to do that. So, meanwhile, I had a really great fishing season. I've got rockfish, lingcod, cabezon, uh, salmon, and halibut, and more crab than I knew what to do with. I wound up trading it for plums and eggs and giving it away. So it's been a good season on the ocean for a lot of us in the fishing season. And I hope that you guys despite all the construction disruption, find some time to get down and take advantage of your condo by the sea while the season is still good. Uh, as always, here for you guys, as is the whole board. And thanks for everyone who attended the last meeting. And I look forward to many of you being at the next meeting as well.